Let's bring in Senator John Barrasso. He is the ranking member of the Senate Energy Committee. Mr. Senator, I know you want to find out what the administration's plan is for these blackouts. What are they telling you?
They tell us very little. First, Stuart, the real news this morning are these inflation figures, these numbers that the administration has dreaded are out, and we're talking about a 40-year high of inflation. And the biggest concern is, of course, that wages are just not keeping up. The American people are in for a summer of suffering at the gas pump, at the grocery store, and the administration is going to have to pay a huge price for this in November, and it can't come soon enough.
Yeah, the timing is just awful. You've got the economy slowing, you've got inflation speeding up. We understand that the Federal Reserve might take some drastic action soon, which would really send the economy down again. This is just awful timing for the November elections. I'm sure you're going to agree with that, Senator.
Well, I do agree with that, Stuart. I met with the chairman of the Federal Reserve yesterday, and he's concerned significantly about inflation, as should be every American. Seems to be more concerned, though, than the administration, who isn't taking any legitimate action to deal with what we're looking at in terms of inflation. You know, they're talking about a new Build Back Biden bill. I know that that's something that has been discussed. It's not about fighting inflation. It's about that dying breath of this administration, while they have the House and they have the Senate, trying to get them anything they can to please their progressive, far-left, liberal base. That's the fight that we're in right now.
You're talking here about the stripped-down Build Back Better plan that they want to push through the Congress while they can. You said to Senator Manchin, your colleague, Democrat, you said, hey, don't walk the plank. In other words, don't do it. Don't go through with this big-time spending and taxing. Do you think he's listening to you?
Well, I sure hope he is. I know that the other Democrats are not. You know, they just want to go as far to the left as they can. They're talking about $1 trillion in new taxes, and they want to pile more into their so-called Green New Deal, which is going to raise energy prices. It's going to impact the cost for folks to turn on the lights, drive their car, all of those things, because they're talking about, and you've heard this from the White House, hard to believe, the future of the liberal world order. Stuart, who even talks like that? The future of the liberal world order. These folks, whether it's the Secretary of Energy, the EPA, the Secretary of Transportation, and the President in the electric car driving this country right over the cliff with their green flag flying, while the American people are left in the dark with a big, big bill.
How's the state of Wyoming doing? I always think of you as an energy state primarily.
Well, Wyoming, I've just been traveling around the state the last 2 weeks. It is beautiful. I've invited people to go. About 98% of Yellowstone is open. The best way into the park is through our Wyoming entrances. There's a lot to see and a lot to do in Wyoming. This is the perfect time to come, and I'd invite every one of your viewers to come to Wyoming. You'll find a lot of Stuart fans all around the state of Wyoming.
Yeah, let's flood the state. That's fine with me. Mr. Senator, a great pleasure. Thank you very much for having us here. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Stuart.